was watching one day some TV, and I was flipping by, and I saw that there was one of those marathons it was one of my favorite shows, The West Wing. I could just watch that, just keep going. I don't know if you know, it's a story about this president, and anyway. So it was on, and there was a scene in which a young woman challenged the president. She was telling him something, a teaching of Jesus, and he said, supposedly the religious president said, do you believe everything in the Bible? And he started going into the rules of Leviticus. You can't do this on a Sunday, you can't do this on a Tuesday, those kinds of rules. And the young woman, of course, was shamed into silence. She wasn't then to say anything. But what's kind of strange for us as Catholics when we read those things from Leviticus is that we don't live those rules as Christians. They lived them in the Old Testament, and the Jewish people lived them in the time, but then Jesus came. And Jesus, while he did not abolish the law, he fulfilled it. He changed the meaning of how we live. And so, no, we don't live according to everything in the Old Testament. We don't live according to those laws. Jesus changes. His life changes how we see the world. His life changes how we worship God. This gospel is a very awesome testament from Jesus Christ himself as to how Christians are to live, different than how the Jewish people lived. People were upset that Jesus' disciples were not fasting. And Jesus says, well, I'm here, so they will not fast. And when I'm taken away, they will fast. We fast on Good Friday. He was taken away. But then he came and resurrected. And so, brothers and sisters, we don't live according to the old law. We live according to the new law. Jesus' life changed everything, not just laws and how people live, but in how we love. And so, yes, we are different. His life changes everything. And his life must change everything in us. Do we love how he teaches? Or do we love how we want to love? Brothers and sisters, Jesus changed, yes, how people lived according to laws and rules and regulations, but he must change how we live. If we're setting our own rules, our own regulations, if we're doing away with this or adding this, then we're not living how he desires. And if we are Christians, we live a new way. We love a new way. And so let us allow him to change us, because he did change the world. And he opened for us the way to eternal life, a place we cannot get on our own rules and regulations, but a way in which we follow him into that heavenly kingdom. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever. Please stand.